Okay, so I'm going to start playing Metal Marines. It's a SNES game from, I think, 1994. I want to say 1994. The game itself is going to show its age. Like on YouTube, it's going to be very pixely and very grainy. But this is the time it was made. And it's a good game. It's a RTS game. RTS, real-time strategy. And we'll just go through the basics. Got my little pen here we go. Whoops. You'll have to bear with me because I'm not very good at this and I don't do editing, so I'm just going to try and do it on the pad here. So the object is, you're given 3 bases, as you can see here, and an island. I think there's 20 levels all up. You put down your 3 bases. Here's one I've just put sort of randomly, and it's your job to protect your bases and to destroy their bases. Now, they have an island which doesn't look like yours. Their zoo is different, and we are on a timer. There's the timer there. So it's pretty well, I think it's the timer set for their first and second attacks, and then I think they attacked based on their units and energy, which we'll go into later. So the basic premise is attack, defend, and you want to knock out their bases. Oh, hang on. Knock out their bases before they knock out yours. So the first thing you do, like I said, is you put down your actual bases, and then you can set up a defense. Now the levels do get gradually harder as you progress, as they would. 20 levels, 19 or 20 levels all up, and they start you pretty easy and you move on. So your units that you put down, I'll go through them. Take up 1 square. So this is broken into squares. Yeah, I'll draw one there. There we go. And there's another square. Except for the ICBM, which is like this big nuclear missile you can buy, but it takes so long to build. It takes so much resources. I rarely use them. I'll use them in 1 level, just to, I don't know, just flex on the enemy, show off a bit. But you can get through without it. So, first thing you got here is missiles. Well, we'll go with the attack. So the attack is missiles and Metal Marines. And I cannot spell Metal Marines. That's your attacking units. And your ICBM, which again won't really come into it that much. I'll try and run through this as fast as I can as well. So missiles, they're basically an air to ground attack. It's a single missile, but you can upgrade, and I'll go through the upgrades after. And Metal Marines. Now Metal Marines, these guys here, and they're a ground unit. You put them on the ground and they attack ground to ground. So Metal Marines, they're also a defense, but Metal Marines are important. So Metal Marines have 3 types of guns. You can select the guns through this icon here. Here we go, that one. You click on the Metal Marine, you'll see when I play, and you can select guns. They have normal, anti-Metal Marine, and anti-pod. And as advertised, Some are better against other metal marines, and some better against gun pods. And the ICBM, like I said, it's kind of a pain in the backside to use. So we'll get off that. Now, your defense, because as this is happening, as you're attacking, they'll attack back. So defense, we've got gun pod. You'll have to excuse my writing as well. I mean, I'm not very good at this. Metal marines, which we'll just abbreviate. Mines. And AA missiles. So, gun pod is right there. And it's it's good against metal marines. That's all it's good against. Metal marines again. Like, let's just say you had a metal marine here. If they were attacking ground units, then your guys can defend against them. Mines, it's just a minefield. Again, it takes up 1 square. If metal marines walk across it, they get blown up, and it takes half their damage. But all this stuff is susceptible to air attack from missile attack, so take that into account. And you've got AA missiles, probably the most important thing in the game. Oh, and I need to put radar up there as well, because these two are linked. And AA missiles. So as they're shooting missiles over at you, I'm all over the place here. What is going on? Doing that. As they're shooting missiles over at you, you can put in, I'll draw another square, AA missile. It shoots 1 missile, but you can upgrade it to B2, which you will see as I'm playing the game. Now, the radars that you buy control how accurate the AA missiles are. The more radar you got, the better, the more efficient your missiles work. But they still get through. I think RNG is the term. I'll just get rid of that. Okay. So here we got, like I said, we got our missiles, our anti-aircraft, our metal marines, gun pods, our minefield. There's our radar here. There's our ICBM there. So the next 3 of these is money. We have currency, which is your war funds here. So obviously everything costs money. So the more of these you have, the more money you make. This thing goes up. Instead of by 1, it goes by 2, by 3, by 4, depending on these. Energy. Every attack costs energy. Missiles cost the least. Metal marines cost the most. And when you do send your metal marines over, you can only send 3 at a time. You can only send 3. 3 metal marines at a time. Here's your factory. Factories produce things faster. They make buildings go up quicker. They make your upgrades go faster. And they also reload your missiles quicker. So there's 2 of these menus. Okay, here's the other menu here. Okay, so this, we have a dummy base. It just puts down a lure that they think's a base. The next one is a cover. You can cover this base with trees, so it's harder to spot. I never really use these 2. I just don't. The third here is it just puts up a grid, so you know where you can put things. It's just like a graph paper, so it'll just cover your island in that. So you can, I don't know, if you were super anal about things, you could plan things out. Again, I never use it. I'll just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Info is just that. Info gives you information. Delete, you can delete something you put down. You cannot delete bases, but you can delete other things. You might have put something in the wrong spot. This button here is your important one. That's your attack. So when you hit that, you're away. It goes into attack mode. Puts up a different screen. And as I'm playing, you'll see I'm just trying to go through the basics for anyone who hasn't played it, because I've been told there's a bit of a learning curve to this game. I don't know, I played it when I was a kid, so yeah, I don't really see it myself. But you know, it's a new game. New games, if you play a new game, it can be a bit tricky just to get the hang of it. And I do suggest you play it. It's a great game. Bulldoze, if one of your sites, when anything you've put down in your square gets destroyed, it leaves like a ruined square, so you can just bulldoze it and it'll give you a nice clean square, and you're good to go again. This one here, I'll just get rid of these. This one here is cutscenes. It controls these little cutscenes that come in as if they're dominating you or you're dominating them. A little cutscene will appear of the enemy general, usually running his mouth, telling you how terrible you are and how great he is. I always turn it off when I remember, because it's just, yeah, it just wastes time. This little gun icon, again, controls the Metal Marines gun. Like I said before, the Metal Marines have 3 guns: anti-pod, anti-Metal Marine, and the third one they just class as normal. It just says normal, which is well, it's just that. It's like halfway between. It's reasonable against pods, and it's reasonable against Metal Marines, if that makes sense. Let's have a look. Yeah, it does the same damage against Metal Marines and gun pods, whereas the anti-Metal Marines does 50% more, anti-gun pod does 50% more. So you can specialise. You can specialise your little Marines. Last one is build up. Right. This is missiles, AA, and Metal Marines. My writing is terrible. So I'll come down here. When you buy a missile battery to shoot missiles at them, now that's a missile. That's what they look like. I'm not being juvenile. It is. That's what they look like. So if you upgrade, you'll get 2, and it costs, I think, $50. Right, that's very dick shaped, so I'm going to get rid of that. AA is the same. It'll shoot 1. And if you upgrade again, I think it costs 50, you'll have 2 missiles. And again, you'll see this when I start playing. Again, that's very phallic, so I don't want to attract perverts. And Metal Marines, you can upgrade your Metal Marines. and they're usually blue, and they become gold. It gives them more armor. Just how much? Hang on 1 second. Yeah. So I think they got 40 hit points, and it takes them to 60 or 80. 60? How did I get there? 40, and it takes them to 60. So you can, like I said, you can upgrade your units, make them a bit better, and you'll see me doing that as I play the game. It's just one of those things. It's quality against quantity. Once you start playing, you work it out. Okay. So that's basically the crux of the game. It's not difficult. What else do I have to go over? Yes, so again, you get 3 bases. I tend to hyper focus on just one base. So if my island's like this, big dribbly island, I'll put one base here that I care nothing about, and then the last base, I will protect it from ground attack in here with pods and metal marines, and up the front of the island on that line, because that's the way things come in. They come in on a line. I'll put in AA back here, radar, and around my base I want to put radar, energy plants, factories, and the little money makers. I can't remember what they're called offhand. So usually I'll just sacrifice, let these bases, won't even try and protect them, just let them go, just pull everything down so I can group everything around this one base and just protect the hell out of it. You'll see, it's the best kind of strategy to do, because trying to protect all 3 would just become untenable. There's not enough money, there's not enough time. Because remember, everything's on this timer down here. I think when it hits, I want to say 78 seconds or 72 seconds, these guys launch their first attack. I'll get rid of that. And then I think their first two attacks are predetermined. First 2, and then after that it runs off how they're doing, because you got to remember they're putting down energy plants, they're putting down new missile pods. The enemy, the AI, is building an army as well, so they don't muck about. As soon as they can send something to you, they will. So your best bet is to get over there quick and get it sorted. Yeah, knock them out of the try and knock them out of the fight by taking out their infrastructure, their attack, their defense. So yeah, that's basically the nuts and bolts of the game. And like I said, the quality will be poor because the game's from the 90s. I mean, it's a 30-year-old game. You have to expect that. It's very bright and very hard on the eyes. Yep. So that's it. I'll upload this video because I don't think I need to speak on it anymore. And as I'm playing it, I'll just be doing little commentaries here and there, telling you why I'm doing it, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and sort of my theory behind it. I've never tried to speedrun it. I don't think I could. It's too random. It's way too random a game. Like no two games have been the same for me when I've played it through. It's always different. Sometimes they're super accurate and take you out straight away. You have to restart. Sometimes they're all over the place. But again, that's something I'll go into a bit later. So I'll call it that, and then I'll start firing up the game, and we'll start getting through the levels. There's also a codes. Now they're 4-letter codes. So as you progress the level, I think, like it just so you can stop the game, you can come back to it, and you just type in the 4-letter code. That's one I do remember, and you can just pick up from where you left off. Now you can play on an SNES or an emulator. I think there's plenty of emulators out there that'll run the game, and they'll run the game pretty well. Okay, that's it. Thank you.